Hello everyone, welcome back to Python tutorials by Code Warriors. In the previous lectures, we have talked about lots of data sets like lists, dictionaries, strings, integer, floats. Today, we're going to talk about sets and tuples. Tuples, or some people say tuples, don't bother about it. They both are same. Okay, so let's start with tuples. Now, tuples are exactly like list, almost exactly like list. There's just with one difference that lists are mutable and tuples are immutable. Means you can change the value inside the tuples. And the other difference is like lists have lots of features inside of it, and tuples have very little functions, two or three functions inside it. Okay, so we will see few examples on tuples and spider. Let's see on spider. Okay, so let's see. First, we will see how tuples are declared or initialized. So let's define a variable to tup1 equals to, and I told you tuples are written inside a parenthesis. So let's say 1 comma 2 comma 3, and let's run it 9. And you see here in the variable section tup1 our variable, and it is data type is tuple, size 3, and has three values inside of it, three objects inside of it, basically 1 2 3. Now, like list, tuples can have different kinds of objects, like top2 is equal to let's say 1 comma 2 comma 34.5, sorry, it's comma 34.5, and let's run it F9. And you see it also run with the same tuple, size 3. It has one string, one float, and one integer. And if you check it like this, you will see there's a one string, there's one integer, and there is one float inside of it. Okay, so as I said, tuples are almost like a list. So in list we can do indexing and slicing. Same thing can be done in the tuples. If we say uh, let's say um, print top2 and write index 0, and let's print it F9, and you say okay, I did one typo here. Control Z, Control Z. Okay, Control Z is used to undo the things. And F9, and you see print up to at index 0 it is 1. At index 0 and top you can see it is 1. So indexing and same way slicing also works in the tuples. Let's say top uh, top 2 and okay, up to index 1 from this. Okay, let's see what it means is from index 0. If I haven't given any index over here, from index 0 to index 1, it is going to print. Okay, so let's print it print. Let's see F9, and there's only one variable over here, 1, obviously, because at index 1 it is 2, and in slicing we know the rule that's it takes 1 before the stopping point. Now if we write here 2 and print it again F9, and you see that we have got two objects over here, 1 comma 2. Now, but in what in list we do the in list for mutable, so we can change objects like if we want to change any object, we can just give it index and write a new object over there. But in tuples, we can do that. Suppose if we try this top2, and we want to change index 0, and we want to give it like 2 two. So if we print it F9, and you see it says error, tuple does not support item assignment. So it is exact. It says exactly similar to we can understand very clearly. It says tuple object does not support item assignment. Means in tuple you cannot assign items. Simple. You can. Yes. Well, you should remember one thing. In Python, you have to also know about the errors. What is the meaning of those errors? So try making some mistakes while learning the Python. Try making some mistakes so that you can know what kind of error are these, so that you can understand what is the meaning of this error. Instead of every time you find error, googling it, going on Stack Overflow, checking those errors, just learn those errors. What are those errors? Actually, what those errors mean? Okay, so try making some errors, try removing something out of it, and see what kind of error it gives, so that you can relate it when that error happens sometimes with you. Okay, so let's see what are the functions inside tuple. So let's say up2 dot. Now we see there are only two functions out of index and count. When we talk about list, we have lots of functions, but in tuple there are only two functions over here, index and count. Let's say use count first, and let's write something inside of it like 2, and let's F9, and it says output 1 only. There is only 1 2 inside of it. In the same way we can do use index, and let's run it. Let's see what it does. F9. Now up2.index gives the very first index of that item, very first index of that item. Like if we say let's use do it comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma again 2. Okay, now let's run it. F9 and run it again. F9. Now again it gives the index only 1. It gives the very first index of that item. Now this is all in the tuples. Practice these things. See what else you can do. These are tuples or sets. They are not very much useful data types. They are very little use. So just give it your time. See what you can do with it. Okay, so next we talk about sets. Now sets are unordered collection of objects. Unordered collection of unique objects. In sets, so I told you in data types video, in my video data types, in that I've told you that sets have very unique items. There are no doubling of items. No items can come twice or thrice. They have every item unique. And one thing we have to see in the sets, that's in while defining sets, while creating sets, we have to create an object of a set. Like my set equals to set under parenthesis. Now this is creating an object of set, and you see here a set is created with size 0 because right now there is nothing inside of it, and the variable name is my set. Now to add variables inside objects inside set, we use this function called myset dot. You can see there are lots of functions: add, update, remove, intersection, union. Most of the things you have learned in maths also in your 10th 12th. You have seen intersection, union of sets, difference sets. Okay, so let's add something inside of the set. So we use add function and give it a one value, 1. Now F9, you see one value is added inside of a set. Now this add function works with one value at a time. Now if you try to give it two values, it will see, it shows the error. It says add takes exactly one argument and 2 are given. So you can only give one argument inside of the set. So let's give it one more argument. Let's run this F9, and now see it has now two arguments, two objects inside of it, 1 comma 2. Okay, now let's show you something. Let's create a list. My list equals to, let's make a list 1 comma 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 3 comma 3 comma 3 comma 4 comma 4. Okay, this is our list. Let's run it. F9. Now if we want to convert this list into a set, how are we gonna do? Nothing. We have to do, it's very simple, nothing much. Just write set my list, and that's it. Oh, okay, let's give it a variable also. My set 2 equals to, and let's run it. F9. Now you see my set 2 contains only 1 2 3 4, whereas my list was containing 1 1 2 2 2 2. Lots, there are 13 objects inside of it, but in my set there are only 4 objects, 1 2 and 3 4. This is what I told you about. The sets are, they have unique values inside of it, so that's why it removes all other values. It just picked up each type of one value of each type. So this is also, there is only this much in the sets. There are lots of functions inside of set, as you can see here. My set dot. Yeah, just try these functions with yourself. If you find any error, just put it in the comment section. I will help you. And if you think your you need to know much more about it, if you want to know much more about it, tell me in the comment section. I will make another video on sets with a brief, complete description on it. Okay, so let's end this video over here. Keep practicing Python. Good luck.